Hi, everybody, and welcome to Bill's Brews. This is episode 7 of our continuing video series. And today we're going to be doing a little beer kit, something from a place called Simply Beer. I was able to purchase this on Amazon. There was a special sale a couple weeks ago, and this complete kit was, I think, $22.95. It comes with a whole lot of stuff. I really ordered this simply because I needed a new big mouth bubbler or at least a small 1 gallon, 1.5 gallon fermenter just to have around and have it for some extra things I'm doing. And I ordered this and it said it came with some kind of a 1 gallon fermenter, but lo and behold, it has an authentic big mouth bubbler from Northern Brewer. How can you beat that? I mean, this is the plastic version, and it's the version that also has the spigot on the bottom, so you can fill bottles and drain and do other things from it. But it also comes with a complete set of ingredients for everything you need to make this one particular brown ale. To go along with that fermenter, of course, you have a lid for it, which is great. Let's see what else we have in here. Oh, very cool. 2 bags that we can mix up and use when we want to sanitize this. A bung for the top. Here we go. Here's an airlock. And here is the valve for the bottom, the spigot that we can attach to this thing through the pre-drilled hole. So this is really pretty cool. For $22.95 to get the Big Mouth Bubbler, which, by the way, sells right now, the plastic version with the spigot is $24.95 directly from Northern Brewer. And the whole kit's $22.95. Pretty hard to beat in the ingredients. So I'm going to put this aside and see what we're going to do here. Okay, we're going to fill that stock pot here with 1.25 gallons of cool water, and I use filtered tap water. And I placed it upon this little electric burner I have, which I love to use down here in the basement. It's nice, convenient, and heats fast. And filled it up. Now we're going to steep the grains. So as it's heating up now, I'm going to fill the grain bag with the grains that they gave us in this kit and let that go. And then we'll be right back. Hey, again, we're back. And when you were gone, I filled this little brewing bag up with a little bit of grain that they had to give you for adding some color and flavoring to this. So right now this water is warming up. So I'm going to add this bag here, let it sit in there, and we're going to let it go for a bit and let that warm up and steep for about 20 minutes. And I won't bore you with that, waiting for 20 minutes, of course, but we'll be right back when that gets up to temperature so we can get ready to start the rest of the boil. Okay, now that the 20 minutes is up, we're going to start to add the Brews Golden Light malt extract, which we're going to add a total of 1.25 pounds. So I have a 1 pound package and a 0.25 pound package. So let's get this started. We did just remove the grain bag a little while ago. It's a nice deep brown color. So I think we did okay with that. And now it's time to add the malts. Let's slice up that corner. Now, one thing when you're adding the malt, it's important to kind of sometimes bring the heat back a little bit and constantly stir so that this stuff doesn't get stuck to the bottom and clumped at the bottom and start to burn. We don't want that to happen. We want all this malt to get in here and dissolve nicely. So let's see what happens. And I find that sometimes when there's steam coming up out of the pot and you're pouring the bag in, it tends to clump up even before it hits the water. So just kind of watch that. And if anything like that happens, make sure you kind of scrape it back down with whatever you're using to stir. You don't want to really waste it. Here we go. Let's get the last of that in there. Okay, a little more stuck to the bag. Again, that steam will come up and moisten it and make it a little bit sticky. So stir that up a bit. And now we're going to add the remaining 1/4 pound. Cut that bag open. And get that in there. Stirring on up. What I do now is keep stirring for a while so nothing sticks and nothing burns. And let this come on up to a boil. And as soon as it hits that boil again, we're going to add the first bit of hops. All right, we're back again. Our wort has been boiling now for about 15 minutes. And now it's time to add the first hops addition, which is a 7 grams of Willamette hops. And if anyone's looking, it has an alpha of 3.5%, and they're pellet form. I'm going to stir these in right now. And now let this go until there's about 15 minutes left in the boil. So that means about another half hour at this point. So within another half hour, we're going to take another look and add the rest of the hops for the last 15 minutes of this boil. All right, there's just a few minutes more left before I'm going to add the last addition of Willamette hops. And that's going to be 3.5 grams of the hop pellets added in a couple minutes. But I almost forgot one of the most important steps when you're brewing. I'm going to crack open a bottle of one of my other brews that I made a while back to kind of enjoy while I'm waiting for the brew to finish up and cool down and all that kind of good stuff. But because that's like, sometimes the most important step, right? Anyway, this is the peach mango ale that I made a while back. I probably showed you before. I'm just going to have one now, enjoy it, and then move on to the next step. Yeah, that's refreshing on a summer day. Kind of a little hint of the mango and the peach in there. It's okay. Had a sip of that. So now it's time to add the next hops. So here we go. Pull the lid off of this. Add it and stir it in. And kind of give it a minute to settle down. And since this is the last 15 minutes of the boil, this is the point where I'm going to put in, this is at least what I do, I'm going to put my wort chiller into the boiling wort. And this really, what I found is the best way to thoroughly sanitize it before the wort cools down. And this, I think, is pretty effective. So let me go grab it over here. Not very pretty looking, but it does the job. Put it in there. Kind of make sure we get everything moving around. Cover it up. And we'll set the timer for 15 minutes. And we'll be back. We're waiting for the boil to finish up. I want to talk a little bit about a few things. Now is the best time to get things sanitized. Everything you're going to pour this wort into once it cools down, and anything else that's going to touch it once it's cool. So I did pre-sanitize the new fermenter, the 1.5 gallon fermenter that we're going to be using today, and also the scissors and the yeast pack and all of that. I've got that ready now. And something else, make sure you sanitize whatever you're going to use to take your gravity reading. Now, I like to use a hydrometer. I really would prefer to use one of the refractometers, but I just haven't been able to get that to work out so well, even when you do the calculation. Now, one thing I do, if you sanitize this well, you can pour that wort back into your pot or back into your mix. It probably doesn't matter so much when you're doing a 5 or 6 gallon batch, but when you're doing a 1 gallon batch, beaker ends up being almost a bottle of beer that you're wasting. Now, there's absolutely no reason at all why, if you use sanitized gear, that you can't reuse this. There's no problem with oxidation or anything, because at this point you want to get oxygen into the mix. But, some people say just dump it out. Don't do that. Use it. Just make sure you sanitize your gear before it touches the wort. And then when you're done taking the reading, pour it back in. You'll be fine. Won't be a problem at all. And I've got about another 2 minutes. So I guess I'll finish up my beer and enjoy this peach mango ale. And we'll see you back in about 2 minutes. Hi, everybody. This is Bill from Bill's Brews. Just wanted to thank you all for watching this video, and please go back and watch some of our older videos and keep looking for the new ones. And the best way to get notification of new ones is to like and subscribe to our channel here. And also, please join our Facebook group, Bill's Brews. We'll have the link to that down in the bottom of this um, comment section, so you can do that very easily. One thing we were thinking about doing was maybe online interviewing some folks out there who are also home brewers and turning that into some of the videos we have here, using that online interview as part of our video process here. And we kind of think that it would be kind of cool to just learn about some of the other people who are home brewers and what they're doing and what they're thinking about. And, we know home brewers are from all walks of life, and we just like to share that with people. So if you're interested, please contact us and leave a message either on our Facebook group or in the comment section below. We'd really appreciate that. Anyway, cheers, everybody, and thanks again for watching. We really, really appreciate it a lot. Bye-bye.